All right, this is quiz 3, study guide, problem numero 1. Looks something like this right here. And the question, yeah, it doesn't show anything on the pad. Took a little bit to get used to, but it's worth it. They're asking for an angle supplementary to angle COD. Anybody remember what supplementary means?
180.
Adds up to 180. So an angle that is supplementary to COD would be this angle right here. Because these two together form a straight line, don't they? Okay? So I believe this is an E down here.
Yeah.
Now watch. This is A and B. A and B. Okay, so here's an angle that's supplementary. Angle EOD. Now, there's another one. This one right here. See it? AOC is also supplementary. Does everybody see that? One of them forms this, AOC helps form this horizontal line, and EOD helps form this diagonal line. So they're both supplementary. See it? When you're taking these quizzes, the use of a highlighter is very beneficial. All right, number 2. What do they ask for? Complementary to COD. What does complementary mean?
90.
The answers are on the back. And yeah. Sum's 90, right? So you're dealing with the same angle. A, B, C, D, E. This is O. What does this little symbol mean?
Right angle.
Means 90 degrees, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, look, if the left side is 90, the right side's also 90. Complementary to COD. Well, here's COD again. That means an angle that with COD adds up to 90 degrees. So it's right here, this angle. And that is angle COB. You can also call it angle BOC. Number 3. Number 3 is talking about a vertical angle. Vertical angles are opposite of each other. So we got this picture here. And what do we got? EHJG. DFI. Vertical to FGI. So vertical to FGI. Vertical to this angle right here. Well, look at the two lines that form that angle. It's this line and it's this line. Agreed? So this is the angle that is vertical to it right here. It's formed by the same two lines. So that's angle EGH, which is also could be called angle HGE. EGH sounds better. Everybody all right so far? Very good. Number 4. Adjacent. Anybody remember what adjacent means? Very good. Next to. Next to. Next to. Adjacent means next to. So in number 4, same thing again. I haven't even drawn it yet. That's okay. Alright, we're looking for something adjacent to HGJ. Alright, so right here. This is HGJ. Alright, so it's got two adjacent angles, doesn't it? Here's one. Adjacent means next to. There's one. And that would be angle EGH. This angle is also next to it, which is angle JGI. Number 5, ask for the complement of an angle is 63. What is the angle? Complement of an angle is 63. What is the angle? So you take 90 minus 63. And what's 90 minus 63? 27 is the angle.
Oh, wait, you're using a calculator? Thank you.
Number 6. Please stop talking. Says that the two angles are complementary angles. So if they're complementary angles, when they're added together, they have to equal 90. One of the angles is x plus 6. So x plus 6 plus x minus 2 has to equal 90 degrees. So combine like terms. X plus x is 2x. And 6 minus 2 is positive 4. And that's equal to 90. So if you subtract 4 from each side, then 2x equals 86. If you divide each side by 2, the 2's will cancel and x equals 43. If x is equal to 43, then this angle right here is 43 plus 6. Is 49. And this angle is 43 minus 2, which is 41. Alright, number 7 says that the two angles are a linear pair. You remember anything about a linear pair? They form a line, right? What's the angle measure of a line? 180, very good. So if the two angles together equal 180, then look, x minus 25 plus x plus 93 equals 180. A linear pair, the two angles added together equal 180 degrees. So it's the same concept. Combine your like terms. X plus x is 2x. Negative 25 plus 93. Say again. Negative 25 plus 93. 68. Positive 68 equals 180. If you subtract 68 from each side, then 2x equals 118. I don't have 112. Thank you. And if you divide each side by 2, then x is going to be equal to 56. So if x is equal to 56 and you need the two angle measures, then 56 minus 25 is the first angle measure. What's 56 minus 25? 31 is this angle. 56 plus 93 is the other angle. 149. Everybody got it? Number 8, midpoint. Midpoint of 9, 6, 7, 2. So midpoint equals, add the x's together, 9 plus 7 divided by 2. And then add the y's together, 6 plus 2 and divided by 2. So 9 plus 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is
4.
So there's your midpoint. The midpoint is at 8, 4. Number 9. M is the midpoint of CF. Alright, so M is the midpoint of CF. For point C is 2, 2. F is 8, 2. Find MF. That means find out how far it is from M to F. So if you take this and let's graph it. C is at 2, 2. So 2, 2, here's C. F is at 8, 2. Oh, 8. 8, 2. That's F. M is the midpoint. Alright, so M's right here in the middle. This is, M doesn't really matter. They ask you to find MF. Find MF, which means how far it is from M to F. Well, if M is the midpoint, isn't it going to be half the entire distance? How far is it from C to F? No, you're going from 2 to 8 on the number line, aren't you? It's a horizontal line. 2 to 8. 6, good. What's half of 6? 3. If M's the midpoint, doesn't this have to be 3? What they're basically saying in that problem is find the whole distance and divide it by 2. That's how far it is from the middle to the end. Just a little bit confusing in the wording. Number 10, T is the midpoint of CD. D is at 216. What are the coordinates of C? All right, so T is the midpoint. D is at 216. So here's 2, and here's 16, and here's point D at 216. T is the midpoint. It's at 2, 9. So there's 9. Here's T. It's the middle. It's at 2, 9. So you're looking for C. So if D is up here and T is the middle, won't C be down here somewhere? All right. So look at the change in your X's. You went from 2 to 2. Okay? How much did it change? 0. So the X value is going to be 2. The y values went from 16 to 9. How much did it change? Went down 7. So go down 7 from 9. You're going to be at 2. Alright, the coordinates of C are 2, 2. Yeah, when they give you vertical segments or horizontal segments, it's a little simpler. Number 11. Find the distance between 9, 4 and 8, 2 to the nearest tenth. 9, 4 and 8, 2 to the nearest tenth. So 9, 4 and 8, 2 to the nearest tenth. So here's your segment. This is at 9, 4. This is at 8, 2. So you turn it into a right triangle. What's your vertical change right here? What's your horizontal change? 1. So if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then 2 squared plus 1 squared equals c squared. So 4 plus 1 equals c squared. 5 equals c squared. So the square root of 5 is going to be equal to c. What's the square root of 5? 2 point to the nearest tenth. So push second fix 1. Any questions on the first side of that study guide? Alright, turn it over. Number 12. Frost booth. Alright, here we go. We gotta draw another picture here. Alright, make sure you understand this. They're giving you the coordinates of these points, but they're giving them to you in direction. On the coordinate plane, the vertical axis goes north and south. And the horizontal axis goes east and west. So it says the FT bus travels from Frostburg Mall through the city center. Here's the city center, the origin. To the Truth Park. The mall is 3 west and 5 south. 3 west, 5 south would be right here at -3, -5. That's 3 west and 5 south. Truth Park is 4 miles east and 2 north. So 4 east and 2 to the north would be right here at 4, 2. How far is it from Truth Park to the mall? It's a distance formula problem. You're trying to find out how far this is right here. So it's a Pythagorean theorem. We're just going to go right here, and we're going to go here. Alright, what's this vertical change? The y's go from 2 to -5. Vertical change from 2 to -5. How far is it from 2 to -5? How far is it from 2 to 0? 2. How far is it from 0 to -5? 5. So what's 2 plus 5? 7. Good. What's the change from -3 over to 4? -3 over to 4. How far is it from -3 to 0? 3. And then 0 to 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So 7 squared plus 7 squared equals c squared. So that's 49 plus 49 equals c squared. 98 equals c squared. So the square root of 98 is equal to c. Can somebody hit that in the calculator, please? 9.89 to the nearest tenth. So push second, fix 1. 9.9. Very good. 9.9 is that distance. Any questions? Isn't this awesome? Number 13, last one. High school soccer teams going to Columbus, Ohio to see a professional soccer game. A coordinate grid is superimposed on a highway map of Ohio. So here's your coordinate plane. And high school is at 3, 4. So 3 and 4 is right here. That's your high school. Stadium is at 7, 1. There's your stadium, and it's at 7, 1. The map shows a rest stop halfway between the cities. So there is a rest stop right here halfway. That's a rest stop. What are the coordinates of the rest stop? If the rest stop is halfway, how does that correlate to what you did this week? Halfway. Does it relate to distance formula? Does it relate to a linear pair? Supplementary angles? Halfway. Midpoint maybe? Midpoint? So what's the middle of 3 and 7? What's the middle of 3 and 7? What's 3 plus 7? 10 divided by 2? 5. What's 4 plus 1? Divided by 2? Good. 5 over 2, or 2.5. Alright, so that's the first part of the answer. What are the coordinates of the rest stop? Well, the rest stop's located at 5 and 5 over 2. It says, what is the approximate distance between the school and the stadium? So now you got to do the Pythagorean theorem. Here's the high school, and here's the stadium. So this vertical leg goes from 1 to 4. So what's its length?
4.
1 to 4 is 3. 3 to 7 is 4. So your math is 3 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. So 9 plus 16 equals c squared. 25 equals c squared. If you find the square root of each side, then 5 is equal to c. Now, be careful because it says 1 unit equals 8.7 miles. How many units do you have? You got 5 units. Each unit's 8.7 miles. So take 5 times 8.7 in your calculator, please. 5 times 8.7. 43.5 miles. Alright, each unit of distance was equal to 8.7 miles. So you got to multiply your distance by 8.7. That converts it to miles. Does anybody have any questions?